lot of people look at it always as negative about steroids and think bodybuilders just all about steroids. I mean, what is your personal opinion about that?
Well, drugs don't make champion. If you take all the champion bodybuilders, and I can't speak for everyone. I don't know what other people do with their personal life. But if you take drugs away from all the champions, they're still going to be champions, maybe 20% left. Steroid, it only it's an anabolic effect. After you work out, it just gives you that little more. But a lot of people have thinking that if you take steroids, you could be a champion overnight. It doesn't work like that. Genetics is a huge factor. I think drugs are not good for you. But if you do under the doctor's care, it's a personal preference. The body needs it, that's a different story. But if you want to go out and abuse drugs, it's not a good idea. I'm talking about not just steroids, because other people do cocaine, they do recreational drugs, downers and pain pills. Then it gets out of hand, because it's not just the bodybuilders, because if you took all the other sports, we're talking about 10 times as much. Blood doping and everything. So that's why bodybuilders get a bad rap. But the truth is that has a lot to do with genetics and the determination.
Do you think the bodies of bodybuilders look better in the 70s and 80s as opposed to right now, in today's age?
Yet, because it's more to do with symmetry. The problem today, with competing today, you have to be on stage. You got to have ripped glutes, ripped back, thighs. You got to be as thick, as big as you can be. You don't have a choice. That's what we require today. If you take the guys today compete back in the 70s, I mean, we won't have a chance, because it's different genetics today. Back in my time, I much prefer the look of my time because it's artistic. Artistic opposed to art form. But the guys today do have that, but it's much more, I would say, how much muscle you can pack on the body. It's a trend.
Do you follow today's bodybuilders? Do you follow?
Yeah, I love it. I get excited when I come here. I love going backstage. I love seeing guys like Ronnie Coleman, even like Phil Heath, Jay. I mean, I just feel like I'm with them. I get excited because I know what it takes to be a champion. I mean, my kids all work out their bodybuilders too. And it's exciting, that part of my life, knowing that everyone else is doing this, because if you backtrack 35 years ago, it was a joke. I was looked down. Because in my time, they say bodybuilders are dumb and stupid. That's why I made the decision to do Celebrity Apprentice last year. I want to show that we're business people. We're not just, no brain, all born, you know what I'm saying? It's the opposite, because you have to be an intelligent guy to be a world champion bodybuilder. You can't be stupid.
Of course.
You have to have tremendous knowledge about nutrition, about the anatomy and muscle, everything. Anybody that takes it seriously.
Do you think it's a misconception that everybody thinks of bodybuilders as just not intelligent?
Yeah, because when you're something, Hollywood's embracing it, because you take people like The Rock, Brad Pitt, they're all working out to get the abs, to get that shredded look. Where did it come from? Pumping iron. That's where it all started from. Thank you.
Absolutely. In this film, we have Phil Heath, who's a current champion, and then we have Kai Green from Brooklyn. Kai Green is, I'm sure you know who he is. He trains in a small gym in Brooklyn. Kind of reminds me of you a little bit. So it's kind of, we have an interesting dynamic between the champion on top of the world, and then we have Kai Green, who wants to be number one. So in many ways, he reminds, that story reminds me of Arnold and you, kind of like the underdog coming for the main guy.
Well, what about that passion? Because when I was training back in Brooklyn, we didn't have leg curling machine. What I would do, I have a training partner take a 90-pound dumbbell. I would lay down, put it between my feet, and I would do leg curls with the dumbbell. We didn't have a leg curling bench. I would get an Olympic bar, stick it in the corner, and then interlock my fingers. I'd do T-bar row. And look at the magazine, the guys in California do the same thing, chins and everything. You build muscle, weights build muscle. Sophisticated machine might have a little bit edge, but it's all about that passion. That's what I do talk about Kai Green. If you got that passion, you could train anywhere. But in my time it's different, because of the fact that in Brooklyn, I didn't have camaraderie like California. Today you take Kai Green, there's a lot of guys in Brooklyn, I'm sure today, that are very supportive of bodybuilding, they just a lot of gym. It's a different time era.